Hey guys, I'm back with another quick guide on Diablo 2, and this time I'd like to talk about some of the best ways to farm runes. I will go over the best places and the best methods to farm them, as well as a few bits of information which is crucial to know before you start. This guide will be split into the following sections. Things you should know first: Countess Farming, Lower Kurast, and mob dense locations. I'll leave timestamps in the description to make this video easier to navigate, and as always, if you've enjoyed this video or found any of this information helpful to you, please consider subscribing or checking out some of my other guides. Since their implementation and the expansion of Lord of Destruction, runes have been considered the currency of Diablo 2. The ist can be considered the dollar of Diablo 2. So the price of particular items, or even a high rune that's being sold, can be listed by the number of ists it's worth. However, before you head out into the world of Diablo to hunt for runes, there are a couple things that you need to know about which affect the drop rate of runes. Now, this has been a highly debated topic over the last few decades, but Magic Find does not affect rune drops. Magic Find does not affect the likelihood of runes dropping. You could have 400%, you could have 0%, it makes no difference. So if you are farming certain areas and finding it tough because you've traded out your character's power for a higher Magic Find percentage, consider that fact. However, if you are farming runes for wealth, which you most likely are, then it goes without saying, keep your MF as high as possible, because that should still be your priority. When farming wealth, you should be farming both for runes and also for items to trade for runes. The second thing to consider is that the only thing that really affects the speed or the likeliness of farming runes is 1. Mob density, and 2. The amount of players that are in your game. There are a few exceptions to this rule, such as the Countess runs or Lower Kurast runs, but we will get into that later in the video. So in short, the most effective way to farm runes is to find the most mob dense areas in the highest item level areas and clear them as quickly as possible with the most people as possible in your game. Now, the Countess is an area or a mob which is farmed quite frequently for her runes, purely because she will have a guaranteed rune drop, and she can usually drops actually multiple runes. Things to consider are the fact that in normal she will only drop runes from L to Rel, while as in Nightmare she will drop runes from L to Io, and in Hell she can drop runes from L all the way to Ist. However, she can also in Hell drop high runes. However, this is a very rare occurrence. The Countess is a good area to farm for low to mid runes, which can be used in later rune words or even in very basic early rune words. However, in Hell she is a cold immune, so you will need to have either a light sorceress or a different class altogether. Now, Lower Kurast farming has been done quite a lot in the past. Typically it's done in single player because you keep your map, so it's easy to find the bonfires very quickly and to repetitively do the runs. However, in Lower Kurast you will always find a bonfire. Every map has at least one bonfire, and to the left of the bonfire will be a building with 2 chests in it, and directly above the bonfire will be a building with 1 chest in it. These 3 chests are known as super chests, and then they have a greatly increased chance of dropping high runes. Also be aware that some maps have 2 bonfires, so 6 chests in total. Make sure that you keep a key with you at all times, because some of the chests will be locked. I like to do Lower Kurast runs directly after my main farm because it's actually really quick to do. Now, the Chaos Sanctuary in Hell is one of the best locations to farm high runes. It is very mob dense and the item level of the area is high enough to get some of the highest runes in the game. I remember my first high rune find as a kid. It dropped while doing EXP runs in the Chaos Sanctuary and everybody scrabbled for it, but I got it first. Now there are a lot of immunities in that area, so if you're a cold sorc like me, or if you're a light sorceress, or you have any immunities at all, but you still want to farm in a high item level area with large mob densities, I would recommend Hell Cows, because in Hell Cows there are insane amounts of mobs and mob packs which can be cleared very quickly and very effectively. The more mobs you kill, the higher the chance that a rune will drop. So in conclusion, I would recommend adding chaos runs to all of your MF runs, or cow runs if you have immunities or no infinity. I would also recommend jumping into lobbies with more people to up the chance of runes dropping. Now I really hope that's been useful for you guys. Please don't forget to check out some of my other videos and guides if you have found this one useful, and as always, see you later.